Welcome back to Binge Twins TV. We have an exclusive.
Very special treat for you guys. Another special treat. If you didn't watch our interview and our conversation with Mama's GEEKY, go check that out, talking about Wandavision. But this is some Halloween candy treat right here for Wandavision that we have for you guys.
Before we get to it, though, you need to click subscribe. There's a lot going on this channel.
I actually came across this woman on social media. It came to my attention that she was the mom of the twins on Wandavision. So I reached out and we have her on the line right now. We're getting ready to talk to her.
She's the mother of the baby twins on Wandavision. We're twins. Our mom's a twin. There's a lot of great twin energy going on here.
Binge
Wanda
twins.
and Pietro are twins.
It's all about the twins.
All about twins right now.
Billy and Tommy.
So click subscribe and keep on watching for our talk with Kimberly Friedman. So we were genuinely just curious. I think Martin saw a Facebook post that you posted about the twins being on WandaVision. So firstly, we were just curious, like, how did that even come about?
All four children have been in the industry since the 4-year-olds were about a year old. And they've been in about 20 different films, commercials, music videos, print, and so forth. Twins are a hot commodity. Mm-hmm. So I saw a posting needing newborn twins, and my babies were about 3 months old, but they were tiny. I didn't know it was WandaVision. The working title was called Big Red. So I submitted them and they called back and they said, yes, we like your babies. And then a few days later, the casting director called me and said, oh, they're too old. You know, they're doing a birth scene. Your babies are too old. Well, I hung up. I sat there and thought about it for a few minutes, and I called her back and I said, they're under 10 pounds. You know, they're the size of a newborn.
Well, tiny, yeah.
Push. I said, put them in front of the director anyway, push them. Mm-hmm. And she did. 3 sets of twins were used for WandaVision. Mine were the ones that were lighter skin, lighter hair. They had the blondish, reddish hair, the blue eyes, the Wanda and Vision babies. The other twins, they were like brunettes and brown eye, you know. And they called us. We went on the set, and they ended up being directors' favorites.
That is so cool. So what was it like being on set of the show?
Oh, gosh, it was amazing. They filmed at Pinewood Studios in Atlanta, Georgia, which is also known as the James Bond Studios. Yeah. So it's humongous. One thing about having kids on the set is they're little celebrities. They get their own trailers. They're treated wonderful. You know, I get straight on the set, and I'm 10 feet away from the actors because I have to hand the babies to the actors. Mm. So the babies, no one else can hold the babies but the actors. So I have to hand the babies straight to the actors. If the camera moved just an inch, I would be in the frame.
Right. Was it a little strange handing off your baby over to Scarlet Witch?
She was wonderful. Aww. She was. Now, Vision, he was a hoot. He would laugh at the babies. He would tickle them, and we got to see his funny side. You know, instead of all the serious side, we got to see the funny side of him. Scarlet Witch, she was very maternal, very affectionate. Like, you see the motherly side. For not having children, she was very affectionate with them. And I think having the older siblings that were in the industry, that she knew what I was going through. So there was one scene where they were filming, I'll call him Baby Billy. He was congested. So it was the episode 3 when they're laying in the cradle, and he was having trouble breathing. He was, congested. And she looked at the director and she said, cut. And she went over there and she picked him up and she started like holding him and like, aww. Yeah, she could tell he was having a hard time. So she picked him up. She's like, stop.
Wow. I love that.
Wow, kind of like on the show, like she just said, stop, like, cut it,
Right.
Were you already a Marvel fan before the twins booked the gig?
Oh, yeah. We are Marvel all the way. DC's not allowed in my house at all.
Oh, okay.
Just saying.
So did you like totally freak out when you found out it was for WandaVision?
Oh, absolutely. I was confused every time I would hand a baby to Scarlet Witch. It's like her hair would change and her wardrobe was changing. And so I was like, okay.
How did you get the inspiration to get them into the industry?
When the 4-year-olds were about a year old, I started a play group for twins. So twin moms can get, or twin parents can get with other twin parents and let their kids play. So I had this Facebook page for twin play group. Well, I get contacted by a director saying, I need a set of twins. He said, can I use yours? Well, they ended up using my twins. Come to find out, it was Lady and the Tramp. So that was our first show. So when they flash back in time, when Tramp got kicked out of the house, that's my babies.
Oh my God.
Disney was our first set to work on. So we had to have a passport. We had to have everything to work on this set. So after that, I was kind of snake bit. I was like, okay, that's it. This is fun. And the children love it. I mean, as you can tell, they go to strangers, they're happy. They like being held. They enjoy it.
So now, do you have any predictions about the show and what's going to happen next in WandaVision?
Oh, I'm so confused. Yeah. Now they did make me sign a seller disclosure, but in Marvel, even on the set, they tape your phone. So you cannot take pictures. You can't do anything. As for the story, anything else, I was focusing more on my babies. I was trying to take care of them. I mean, I was on the set by myself. I mean, I didn't bring anyone to help. So, but they did have like a set nurse and a teacher and stuff like that there. But, I was trying to take care of them and feed them and keep them happy. As for a prediction, oh my gosh, I don't think that Agatha is the main. I think there's someone bigger than her.
Yeah.
It's not going to stop at her. I think poor Wanda is going through this major depression. And everyone in her life that's dead, for some reason, she's mourning and she's dealing with it. I think that this last episode that Agatha swallowed the children. In the comics, the children were absorbed.
Right.
So I think she ate my kids.
We really appreciate you taking the time. Seriously, we're so glad to meet you. We're obviously big on twins here, so
watch the latest Rick Ross video.
Rick Ross?
My older twins are in it.
What?
We did Rick Ross's music video, Pinned to the Cross. It was the George Floyd story, but in reverse, where the white policeman's getting pinned to the ground. And my children, my older twins, my 4-year-old twins, are the police officer's twins in the video. The first half was at Mr. Ross's house. And then the second half of the video was shot out, at the police officer's house and stuff. But yeah, so they have a lot on their resume.
They have a lot.
That's awesome.
That is awesome. Please tell them that the Binge twins are big fans of theirs.
I will. And if you want to know how they got episode 5 with the babies crying? Everyone has been texting me like, how did they get those babies to cry? So what happened was the night before, they send out the call sheet and it states what they want the babies to be doing. Well, the call sheet said fussy baby. So I knew they wanted the babies to be crying and fussy. So the set was an hour away. So we drove to the set, and normally I give them their bottle or feed them right then. I held off. We went straight to the set. They laid them down. They were crying. They filmed it. It was perfect. And then I fed them right afterwards.
Right.
Being a industry mom, that's the first thing I ask the director is, what are you going to want my kids to do? If it's a napping scene, I'll hold off. I'll nap them, afterwards. Or if it's a scene at the park, I'll nap them before. I do my best to help the director get the best.
Yeah. You played your part. Or is your name in the credits too? Because you did your part.
I was going to say they have an extensive resume, but it's your resume just as much as theirs. Kudos to you for facilitating and doing all that. Yeah.
And you have to push them. I mean, you do.
Sure.
I mean, push them not push the children individual, but push them to the directors like, hey, check these kids out.
Good for you. I love it. And I can't wait to keep up with your twins and see what else they're in. I love it.
We're going to watch this Rick Ross video right now, too, and go to find them. Yeah.
And yes, my boys are really crying in the video. It's the actors and the actresses. We call them our work mommy, our work daddy. Well, the police officer's, wife is crying. She's an actress and she's crying. Of course, my boy sees her crying, so he starts crying. And the scene is like perfect. I mean, they did a great job. It was a night. They were filming at nighttime. It was a night scene. And they said, well, can we use your twins for another hour? And I said, well, if we can get a picture with Mr. Ross. And he came over and took a picture with the boys.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Oh my God. I love that. Thank you so much, Miss Friedman. This was such a pleasure. We were really looking forward to this, and we appreciate you coming and talking with us.
All right. Thank you.